Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, everyone, to the CRUST. I hope you're having a great day. This has been a really wonderful experience, and today we're going to add to that wonderful experience by getting crew. Yeah, we're picking up the crew today. It's going to be fun. We have a couple of different things to do actually on the map, and I'm actually going to zoom out really quick. We've got the colonists coming back on the cargo truck. So when they reach this destination, of course, our place, that's when we have to start taking care of them, right? All right. Well, I think we're pretty much there, being able to do it. So we'll welcome them in with open arms. Second thing, this is Evermoon 1B Research Complex. And Evermoon 1B is bugged. I'm going to cancel this. It's bugged. There will not be anyone here. I've spoken with the devs about a couple of things in between this video and the last, and learned a few things. We're going to talk about those things today. And you know, I think especially if you're one of the people who had comments related to AI and its usage in this game with the graphics and voices, if you're one of those people, stay tuned to the end of the video. We're going to talk about that. I'm hoping I can give you a more broad perspective and possibly answer some questions that you may have ahead of time. And of course, if you have any additional questions, leave them in the comments, okay? We'll do that at the end of the video, though, because it's not really the main topic of this. In the course of that conversation, though, this is bugged. There won't be anybody here, unfortunately. No, that's just the way it is in this current beta, okay? So I'm going to do something different with this rover. I'm going to come back over towards the base a little bit, and we're going to do geological scans. I want to know what this is about. We're just going to do a geological scan here. I don't, maybe there's nothing there. Maybe that's not in the game yet, but you know, the function is there and I haven't done it yet. So we're going to do it. All right, cool. We're going to let this run. So let's talk about people, all right? Taking care of people specifically, all right? Now, there's a couple of things that I want to do, all right? And I've already started right here. I've got another smelting furnace in for titanium. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to salvage that right there, so that all of the titanium that we make from this point on, at least until I connect this, is going to go into the rolling mill. So the rolling mill can produce these plates a little faster. Right now we're just like waiting around for it, right? So I want to produce these a lot faster. Now I didn't have the money to upgrade this. It was like stagnant here. It's full. I didn't have the money to upgrade these, but I do have the resources to build another one. And so that's what I've done instead. I built another one right next to it right there. And so now we can hopefully see this really churning it out. And it's kind of the same situation with the single regolith refinery in that it's got a lot stored here, but we're not able to produce it fast enough. I'd love to upgrade it, but I don't have the money for it yet. So that what I do have though, in addition of having a very particular set of skills, what I do have is the ability to put this and in here and add to the supply, right? Which is what I plan to do. I'm going to go off a little bit though. And it's because like the way these belts are, I'm gonna have to redesign these belts though, because of where this thing is lining up. So, you know what? Let's test the theory of whether or not these things can just be slammed next to each other. I think this is a good way to test it. So I'm gonna put this here. We're obviously gonna turn into titanium oxide. We're gonna let this belt split here, and half the supply is gonna go this way. All right. And then what I want to do again is remake these belts so that they are a little bit better for this, right? We're gonna leave this alone because in my experience, messing with something this close to a machine, it doesn't end well. Like these belts, for example, I don't know if I'll be able to reconnect them. So we're gonna get rid of that. So what I want to do for this is we're gonna come out this far. We're gonna go over this way, okay? We're gonna come up this far, come over this way. And nope. We're gonna hang on, cancel. We're gonna go up this far, over this way, okay? Then up here, over here, and then connect here, and then from here to here, okay? Then this will go out and connect to this side. That small change is gonna let me more evenly distribute things around for everything, okay? Now, it's still not an even distribution. This is going to get a lot more than the other two, but that's fine. It's just the way it's going to be. I don't have the I don't have what it takes to properly separate these things and evenly distribute them because, again, if I move this, I've tested this already. If I move this and delete this little segment of belt, I'm pretty sure this is a bug, or at least it's going to be fixed later. This little segment of belt stays attached to this machine, and I can't attach anything to it. I have to tear down the whole machine. So it's fine. We'll just do it this way. Anyway, we're going to add another one, right? So that we can make more plates. I want to make more plates. All right. Then I need to hook it up to power too, of course. So right here. This will do. There we go. All right. So hopefully that leads to a lot more plate production moving forward. All right. Now, before they get here, and they may be very close. Let's see. How close are they? Yeah, they're coming. Before they get here, okay, I need to talk about the amenities and this different stuff that goes in here, okay? Because we're going to need a few things for these guys. If I go down here to the life support tab, we're going to need beds. Beds for each one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Each person has a bed to sleep in now. Now, if I had more time, this was not going to, you know, I'm pretty sure the game ends in 53 days, okay? What I need to do, what I would love to do is have like separate bunks for everybody, or to put a back room in here and have all the rooms be in a back room. I think that would be really cool. But I can't do that right now. It's just, I don't have the time. My drones have other things to do. So everybody's going to be in here. Every single one of these beds requires 4 aluminum. I don't have 4 aluminum for each of them. I have some aluminum, but I don't have, 4 aluminum each. So we're going to have to go to the market and buy aluminum. We're also going to do something else. We're going to come to the research site. I don't think I need this international trading license, to be honest. I kind of want to make sure that we get the other stuff. And the medical block, they did mention that they needed medical care. So I'm going to get the medical block instead. It looks like it's a very expensive research. It take 14 days. It looks like it's just going to take a long time. So we're going to make sure we have that instead. Bunk beds will be on the agenda below that. And then from there, we'll go with the international trading license, I think. I could put, bunk beds and then international trading license. That's fine. Okay. So I'm going to come over to the market and I'm just going to buy a little bit of aluminum. I'm not going to buy much. We'll say we'll buy like 14. All right. There we go. That's all my money. I can buy nothing else. But it's enough to build the beds, and that's what I needed. We'll come back over here to life support. And we now want to build the kitchen because they need this to cook their meals. I'll put that over here. We're also going to want the hydroponic farms. This is where they grow their organic material that they're going to be cooking into meals. I'm going to give them 3 of them, I guess. I think we could afford 3. Probably too much for this many people. Probably too much. We'll go 2. Fine. And then the last thing I wanted to provide for these guys is... Where is it? I think it's in recreation. Yeah, I wanted to provide like some comfort stuff for them too, to make them comfortable. And I was thinking about this couch. It requires a lot of aluminum though, so I might hold off on that. I mean, it looks like all of this stuff requires a lot of aluminum. Damn. This doesn't. This is just a table with a whole bunch of chairs. It requires, I think it's carbon fiber, which we can get some of that. If I remember correctly, we can get some of that from the group, the site that the group came from. Now they're here. That's the truck right there. These guys are here. We got Shane Axel, Rolando Beatriz, we got Corinne Torrey, and Vikas Khanna. And they have various different specializations. You can see they have like, how good are they at, being an engineer, scientist, botanist, etc. I do hope that these skills kind of get expanded on. It's not so broad. Like the fact that they're a scientist or they're a botanist, I guess it's like a specialized field sort of thing, and you can assign them based on that job and how good they are at it. I would have liked to have seen something along the lines of like different types of fields of expertise and how engineers need to have this assortment of expertise and scientists need to have these assortment of expertise, right? One example would be a biology skill, right? Someone with a biology skill might have decent, maybe scientists could use that for like biology related science. But biologist skill would be really helpful for botanists and medics. something simple like that. Physics skill, for example, something who physics. Yeah, we could do physics-based science. So maybe scientists still dips into that. But physics wouldn't really be all that important to a botanist, but it would be very important to an engineer. Yeah, it's just little things, right? I think this is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with the setup that they have. So if they end up shipping with this setup, that's fine. I'm just like looking at it, thinking about like, I like to do this with games. I like to look at the games and go, I wonder how I would change this. If I could change it, how would I change it? And that's one of the things I'm thinking about. All right, so I need to drop them off somewhere. We're going to drop them off right here. They're going to come right here. Now, I also bought the aluminum, so let's drop that down too. We'll drop that down here so that our guys can get that. There we go. Off you go. And now the aluminum is prepared for our drones to go down and build the beds and stuff. All right. We can then go ahead and pump this landing platform up to max priority. They didn't get this done. I was really hoping they would get these batteries done, but they just never delivered the titanium plates here. I would hope in the future that we would have... I want higher priorities. Personally, I want a higher priority set. I would like to see like a 5-step priority step myself, like a 1 through 5. That's just me. Maybe there'd be another step where like certain items can always come second to other things. Like the landing pad, if I make this a high priority, like, yes, that's great, but do other constructions that are high priority before landing pad. That's what I'm thinking about. I want to be able to prioritize this, but I want to also be able to prioritize other things above it without having to bring it down. I guess I'm just, again, it don't matter. All right, they are here. Look at them go. Oh, they're too tall. Okay, that would be another thing I would want to do. I would want to see the sizes change so that when they walk, they don't clip their head through the conveyor belt when they walk. I think it's probably a pretty simple fix to just either have them be shorter or more, I mean, probably easier to just make them shorter. But hey, you could also raise the belts up a little bit higher too. Okay. Either way, look, we've got hydroponics farm. That's great. We need this kitchen built. I'm going to make that a high priority. Of course, they just need 1 titanium plate to build it. I don't know if they'll actually do that. But the good news is they don't even need the kitchen until the hydroponics actually produce something for them to eat. And so it's going to be a bit. It's going to be 5 days until this does produce that. The thing is, though, we have other items for them, right? There's more on the map. If I zoom out to the map view, we still have this. The emergency landing site. So we're going to want to start an expedition there. And we want to go ahead and grab the resources. You can see carbon fiber is here. So we'll be able to do that, as well as 20 aluminum. Great. The frickin' aluminum is here. I didn't have to buy it. Of course it is. Send it. I had forgotten that was a thing. A couple of other people have made comments about these sites that are on the map and wanting to know. So we have these ones right here. Some people said, like, what about sending expeditions to these sites? They look like they're titanium plates or something. Okay, so if you see an icon with a plus symbol, this is a place where your cargo truck can go for an expedition to gather resources. So there's something to pick up there. Something that we can add to our camp, right? If you see one, however, with this minus symbol, that is a location that we need to bring resources to. So the Fundamental Science Lab, for example, to collaborate with them, right, to get that extra science from them, they want us to bring the required resources to them. Same thing with the Engineering Lab and the Social Sciences Lab, okay? They each have things that they want, and we need to bring those resources to them to get them up and running, okay? We don't have enough time in this demo/beta to really have that matter. But if this was a full game, that would be an interesting proposal. I would still want to go after, preserving human life before I do that. But yes, that is something we could do. This thing has battery left. It's going in the dark, but we're going to move this over. Apparently, the geological scan has yielded what I assume is basically no results. I don't know why I expected anything different, but yeah, it's fine. Okay, so heading down here, I want to see where's their people at. Where are they at? Right there. Okay, over here. So we have the kitchen set up. Everything's good. Yep. We have the bare necessities for all these guys to, you know, work on their recipes. There is one thing, though, I think I should do here. We have the electrolysis plant. Of course, it's producing oxygen. So you can see we have 5 oxygen. But we don't have anything stored. We have water stored. We don't have this stored. I feel like we should probably have some oxygen storage. And I didn't see it initially because if you scroll, I've already looked at it, right? But if you have it here, this is what it looks like initially. And I feel like, in my opinion, the survival resources like water tanks, essential stuff like that should be first on the list. I would like to see all stage 1 stuff at the front so that I don't have to go, oh, hey, look at that. There is oxygen over here. I have to scroll. I don't like that. Refrigerators, a non-issue. I think I don't care, but I would like to see that. I understand why they organized it this way because it's like here's the small storage, large storage, small storage, large storage, multi-resource storage, right? Then you go into more storages. I understand this whole thing is about storages, but like the level 1 stuff, I feel like maybe that should be like stuff I have access to already should be at the front, and then the stuff I don't have access to could be after that. That's just me though. Again, I'm just throwing out ideas, right? I don't have to be right. I just feel a certain way, okay? Anyway, we need carbon fiber now, and I have no money for that. So this becomes, again, it's one of those situations where, right now anyway, it becomes a situation where we just need to have as many plate as possible made so we can get that done. And we are at 81. What's the timeline on this? 25 days. That's a bit tight. There's another thing though. The Expedition Center. I think this is useless. In the full game, this probably has purpose. But I think, especially because this is bugged, this is useless. But I can't tear it down. They won't let me disassemble it. It's not a building I can disassemble. So that sucks. Because I'd love to be able to get that the resources back for that, you know? I'd be able to like tear this down and say, all right, cool, awesome, salvage. But I can't. I click it, but nothing happens. Right? You can't salvage this building. So I guess that's just how it is. Maybe I can't salvage it because there's already a vehicle on the map, but that doesn't make any sense because I could already control the cars on the map before I built this thing. So I think that was kind of a waste of resources is what I'm getting at. These things are just waiting for the titanium plates. We'll probably have those batteries built after we've delivered everything here. So to speed this process up, is there anything that we've built in the past that can be broken down for plates? The ice extractor could be. We got a whole lot of water, a whole lot of ice just waiting here, right? So, I mean, we could do that. Got some extra slag that we could send in for concrete. You know? Maybe. I don't want to do any scanning. Not right now. Yeah, look at all these resources just sitting out here too. Like all this aluminum and everything. Would it be nice, or all this titanium, sorry. Like, wouldn't it be nice to have all this stuff just, you know, brought over here to the storage? Boy, would it. Let's see if they'll do it, right? Just tell them to high priority this and see if they just do it, right? Tell them to bring the resources in. There you go. Go, drones, go. Bring us the titanium off the ground over here and bring it over here. I think they're busy doing other things though. They're just not going to do it. You know, they got a lot of stuff to do. I'd love to have more drones. More drones would be, I think, really helpful. Man, oh man, would I love to have that. This takes titanium plates too, so it's probably not going to get built until the trade is done, right? This trade has to complete. I think I'm going to break machines down to get it, you know? I think that's the task. Not this. Obviously, we want to, you know, continue to make things. And man, having a second rolling mill would be a good thing too, wouldn't it? Can I afford to build that? How about a second rolling mill? We could do that. Yeah, we could have a second one of these right here. I won't have the money for the belts. Never mind. There's no money for belts.
Director, me and the entire team owe you our lives. If it wasn't for you and your crew, we wouldn't have had a chance to save ourselves. Several crew members are injured and need medical attention. Otherwise, we are fine and can't wait to settle at living quarters at your base over and out.
Director, we have a living quarters. It's time to make it habitable. Our new residents need a place to sleep and eat. Build 4 beds, a hydroponic farm, and a kitchen. Let's show some hospitality.
Yeah, I did that already.
Hydroponic farms will produce food as long as they have access to the water. The kitchen will allow colonists...
Director,
Did it.
the last time our crew ate and...
All right. So those are the 2 things we need to do. Medical unit and the fundamental science
Director,
laboratory.
Only top specialists in their field.
Produces fundamental science right here. It's called the basic science lab, but fine. We could put this in here. Yeah, we could just put this in this room. I was thinking about building another room, but I mean, this is fine. It fits in here. It's a little cramped, but yeah, it could work. Yeah, this could work. We'll build it right. We'll build it right there.
Accepted to work at stations like this. If they want to work for us, we must give them the opportunity, and of course, provide timely medical assistance.
Well, the medical assistance is coming. We got about 6 days left in that, so plenty of time to build that. I have to break something down. I'm not gonna get this I'm not gonna get this in time, right? Look at Starfish, 20 days. I don't think we can do this in time. We're at 94. Okay. So tell you what, why don't we? I wish I could upgrade the rolling mill. Why don't we do this? We can break down. The components factory is worth 6. And we got 5 of those now. Thought we had 8. We have 5 of those. The smart concrete factory is worth 8. I think that's a better breakdown for now. It's got 800 slag in it too. Wow. Yeah, I can't make it faster, so it's just how it goes. This here breaks down for 4 plates, so I could also break this down. I could break this down for another 4. Yeah. So why don't we try that? We'll break this down for 4 plates. We'll break this down for the 8 plates. And then once we have the contract done, we can build them again. It won't be a big deal. This also helps with the power consumption a little bit there. So all that titanium, all the plates there should go upstairs. You can also take down all of these, which will give me a little bit of the cash back. I don't think it's enough cash. Well, actually, we can probably make enough cash. If I go like this, I think we can make enough cash for the belts required to do this. Rolling mill right here. I think I have enough for the belts now. Let's try it. The belt goes like this over like that. Oh, it won't let me do it. Well, that happened. Yikes. So I can't have it right next to it unless it goes in. You can't put the junction right next to it. I guess that's how that works. Now that pole is in the way, isn't it? We might not have the money anymore. We'll see. We're very close. Probably not going to have the cash. No, we won't have the cash for that. So I can go back and do this, but it doesn't look like I'm allowed to go. I should be able to do that though, right? Why can't I do that? Yeah, why not? I should be able to do that. That's good, right? I think that works. Now, we're not going to be able to put this in storage though. That part I won't have the money for. Yeah, because it's 1,200 just to get here. But at least the drones can pull it from this machine. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Okay, so we'll hopefully build this now. I'll get that as a high priority, and then I need to hook it up to power, so there we go. And if we get that extra roller up, man, we could probably handle the titanium plates just fine here. All right, cool. We definitely have some extra things we want to build here. Let's cargo unload. So this is the cargo for that crew. So we just went ahead and brought all that stuff in. That's the carbon fiber. There's some aluminum here, and there's the initial source of food that they're going to want to eat. I assume they consume 1 food a day, but I don't know how that works. There's 4 colonists. It doesn't have a readout as to how much food they consume. It just says food. I'm sure there's like a wiki or something. Maybe it's 1 unit of food per day or 1 unit of food per meal, and there's 3 meals a day. I don't know, but either way, there's 40 food coming in on the cargo truck. Okay. Take a look at the map really quick. Do you have any? Yeah, you're out of battery, but we can maybe locate some hidden objects. I don't know. Let's see. What? Excuse me? Baking powder? Let's go see what that is. I just hit a button. I didn't think it'd do anything. Let's go see what that is. All right, cool. All right, let's see. Elevator coming down. How about we get the 4 plates off the ice extractor? Let's get those 4 plates too. And then this is up and running now, right? So now we have 2 rollers, and that should help us a lot. I would hope that that would, you know, double the plate production and get us to the finish line with that contract. And then we just build these things over again. Once the plates come in from our own supply, we just build it over again, right? So there's the contract. It's done. Goodbye. Thank you very much. Now give me my 282,000 credits. Bang! We are swimming in money now. Oh, yeah. Now all the titanium can be directed to these, and the batteries can get built right before the dawn. Beautiful. Now all the solar panels will be able to charge them. Speaking of solar panels, might as well, right? Might as well. Put these in the shade, I guess. That's basically what I'm doing, is putting these in the shade. We'll put these... We'll build this many. Yeah. We'll build this many. Maybe not here, though. Let's scoot them over a little bit. If it'll let me do that. Let's scoot them over a little bit. We'll say we leave a gap because of the power poles and stuff. I think it makes sense that there'd be a gap left. That's pretty close to the building. I don't think you'd ever want to build that, but that's a lot of generation, and there's no reason why we can't afford these resources on all of these. So I'm just going to let the drones build them all. And then, of course, the power needs to be hooked up to them so we can feed power. Let's say we'll start with this one down to here, and then you can go bop, 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 bop. And then this one will feed to here, I guess. And then we don't even need that, honestly. We can... This one here, we'll just connect it like this. Bop, bop, bop. Yep, there we go. All right, bigger batteries, bigger solar panels. I don't want to hear any nonsense about us not having power anymore. Any notion that we don't have power is just nonsense now. All right. Large accumulator battery. 1, 2. I'll even put in 2 more because I can. Here we go. 1, 2. Hook it up here for redundancy. Why not? Okay. Got lots of money, which means I can buy a lot of resources. What are we short on? Silicon. That's a really weird thing to be short on. But yeah, we're short on silicon of all things. It's pretty cheap to buy silicon. So we can do that. We can buy some titanium plates too, just to make sure we have them. I'm all right with it. I got lots of money. So we'll take the market. Ooh, do we have another contract? Winds of Change. Wow. 250 carbon fiber. I don't know how to make, how to even make that. Yeah, composites. That's an advanced resource that we don't get to make yet. But hey, that's cool. There's a lot of resources like that where I can't actually make these things, right? We have no titanium. We need 300 for this one. Cool. This is fine. It's an infinite timeline, so it's fine. Market. Let's buy some silicon. Why not? We'll bring in a bunch of silicon. I mean, like I can get 200 units of it for less than 9 grand. That's just crazy. Plus the 1,000 for the pod. But yeah, that'll take care of it. We'll just buy a bunch of silicon. I'll buy a few plates too. Why not? We got to replace the machines that we torn down. We'll just do that. All right. That's our load. It's coming in right here. You can use all those resources to build all these things. Because that's the only thing you're waiting on is silicon. So there you go, drones. All the silicon you can eat. Silicon. Building all of our power facilities. It's amazing what you can do with money. All right, let's see what we got over here. So the basic science lab is set up. That looks pretty interesting. I would hope that these are screens in the future. Things that actually, you know, move around. Because something tells me that ponytailed man... He's not a ponytail. No. I'm seeing things. Yeah. He's got long hair, though. It's kind of coming around his ears, you know? Yeah. But either way, regardless of his hairstyle, I got a feeling that this person is not learning anything staring at this white screen. So I hope that there's something going on there. Maybe some hand movements, some, you know, on the keyboard. It looks like there's supposed to be like a keyboard here, right? Maybe a mouse pad stuff. Like I'm hoping that kind of stuff exists in the future with the artwork and everything for it. Would be great. You can see that the organics are being made into food, and then they also sit down here, and that's giving them some rest. So they get the food, the hunger. Obviously, they're not actually animated as eating. That would be something that would hopefully be added later too, just for immersion. Because people are going to do this. They're going to look at their colonists. They're going to look at the people and watch them and want to know what they're doing. I would anyway, right? Definitely. Are these driller bots? You look like you're driller bots. I didn't think I had any driller bots. I don't have any driller bots, but you're just hanging out in there. All right. Well, that's fine. We still have 29 days for ahead of time. Huge asteroid hit the surface of the moon almost immediately after the start of your mission. With almost nothing, you have to take part in the rescue operation with CRUST. Find and rescue the survivors. Provide them with the shelter and life support systems and manage to do it while they're still alive. Good luck. Now, I've given them a shelter and life support systems. And to my knowledge, the best of my knowledge, they are still alive. So perhaps this and this is connected. Like a connected quest. So I have to provide the medical block in order to satisfy this. Maybe that's the thing. Oh, also, before I forget, what is this? We found something, right? What is this? Oh, right there. Unidentified vehicle. Yeah, start expedition with the scout rover. We're right there. We are there. Investigate. What is this? We came across an unconventional rover at the site. It lacks passenger seats and a cargo compartment, instead featuring radio equipment. Oddly, the rover remains immobile but fully functional. Upon inspection, we discovered that the rover is equipped with radio interception and direction finding systems. It systematically stores intercepted data in its memory blocks. But strangely, there are no discernible markings or symbols to identify its owner or affiliation. Break into the rover and find out what's inside it. Absolutely. Oh, why not? So it says on its way. Is that the time's not running? Let the time run. So there's a negative symbol here, minus symbol here. It looks like there's required resources. We have to send silicon and steel here. Oh, you know it. You know we're doing this. Absolutely. Send the stuff. Yeah, max out. Send the stuff. Go. Absolutely. We gotta figure out what's inside that thing. I don't know, man. That's a complete side quest. We're gonna do it though, if I can. Now, in order to do it, I need my truck back, don't I? My truck. Are you on base? Okay, where's... okay, so the truck is coming back in, And it looks like it's going to park here. So maybe this is what the expedition center is for. Is for bringing things outwards. Because so far I was thinking like this thing is useless. I can't do anything with it. But maybe it's not so useless after all, huh? Maybe, yeah, maybe not. We have 4.8 days left in bunk beds. And we got 28 days. I got time, all right? I got time. I want to figure out what this is. So you're going to climb in there? And then what do you do? I mean, obviously, you're going to load up, right? We're going to load. Yeah, they're going to bring all those resources in. Absolutely. Expedition time. Bring in the steel and the silicon. I got lots of it right here next to us. There's a lot of things we haven't looked at yet. I kind of want to use some of these other things and see what they're like. One of the things we could do is we could use those conveyors that bring things from the bottom to the top layer. I wanted to see how that worked. It's here. Conveyor elevator. Wow, that takes a lot of resources. Steel, concrete, micro components. We got the plates and modular frames. That's wild. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a really cool implementation. Oh, look at the bottom right corner if you're not seeing that. There's no way you're not seeing that. Look at that. So I can see what's on the bottom and the top at the same time. Right? Because the underground correlates with above ground. Hey, surviving Mars, take notes. This is how this works. Wow, yeah. And then I wonder, I mean, I have to imagine that if I do it up here, it would show me below, right? Oh, that's cool. It shows me my base down below too. So if I wanted to bring, like, say, for example, steel up here, I would go over near my steel. This is where my steel storage is. So I would want to build this like right here. Yeah? Yeah? We build it right here instead. Right? Or, you know, maybe I could belt it from here over to something else and bring it up. But like, let's say I try that. I have the money to do this now, right? So why don't we take, I'll do it over here. This is easier. So I'll line this up with the, the storage underneath right about here, I guess. We build that. Okay. Now, when I drop down to the next level, we can see that that's right here, lined up. That's actually really clever. I'm loving that they did that. That's cool. And then this would just go there. And then we come back up to the top and we would want a storage, right? So we make a storage for this. We scroll over, do this. Let's say we have just a storage for steel. No big deal. We pop this to here. We tell this to be steel. Right there. Yep. And now we have, once this stuff is built, we need the modular frame. I got to build this before we're done. I got to see how this works. Also, the truck is still here, right? Yeah. They're still delivering the silicon. I got to see how this works before we're done here. So I got, what? It's 26 days. We got time. Modular frames. Let's buy this. I'm sure they're expensive, but that's fine. Modular frames. I forget how many already. We'll buy 16 of them just because I can. We have the money. How many did I actually need? 6. Okay. That's fine. And we'll drop that over here so we can use it. All right. So we'll drop this over here right near this. And I assume anyway that it's like the same construction for top and bottom, so they're shared. So if I was to come down here, we wouldn't have to build both sides. Right? Although there's not many resources delivered on this one. And if I come over here, so we do have to build it on both sides. They're independent. See the resource allotment we have here? If I click this one, we don't have it here. So you actually need double. When you're building this thing, you have to remember that these resources need to be delivered on top and bottom. Okay, cool. That's fine. It's completely fine. I bought it. I bought 16 of them, right? We need 6 plus another 6. So I got a little cushion there. That's great. Cool. I want to see how it works. And then silicon. Can we have silicon delivered, please? I want to see that truck go. Look at him go. Oh, it actually goes all the way up. I mean, I don't know why I thought it wouldn't. I mean, this does, right? It goes all the way up. Look at it go. Wow. Right past the camera. Oh, absolutely. To the top, and then there's my steel, baby. And now we just got steel hanging out up here. And so when we do a contract that's got steel, hey, looky, we can just pull it from this. That's pretty sweet, right? I think that's freaking awesome. Then I'd probably do another landing pad over here or something, you know? So I could deliver my most traded items over here and then just put another pad down and they would just build it. So I need 4 steel and 40 concrete. I would want to like route concrete to be up here too. And then once we have all of our building resources located on the surface, then building everything on the surface becomes way faster. That's pretty slick. I love that. That's awesome. Now, obviously, I'm, you know, taking all the steel away from this, but that's fine. I actually have to reconnect all this now, too, don't I? So we go like this, and then down, and then over, and then down, and then over, and then in, like so. Yep. And then this can now be connected. Let's add the money to do so. Pop it in there. Very good. Okay. And then what else did I break down? The concrete. Smart concrete. I broke this down. Production. Smart concrete factory. Flippy flip. Right there, I think is what it was. I think it was there, but I have to delete this. There. Now I can build the thing I want to build. And right there. Like that. Like that. And like that. Build all. Build all. All right. That'll get us, you know, everything restored back to the way it should be. And the production chain continues to produce all the things it needs to produce. Isn't it glorious? Yes, it is. 200 concrete up, steel up here, actually. I could do another contract that has steel now. Like, if I was up to do like 300 steel, we could do this one really quickly, but that's not very much money. But we have a lot of steel, right? So this one right here, 15,000, 22,000, 28,000, right? We could do contracts faster if I delivered them to the surface. Oops, we need to do this too. Here's fine. Yeah, there we go. Deliver things to the surface, and then we just traded them directly. Be awesome. All right, Rover Scout. Sorry, it's the cargo truck has arrived at the surface over here. What's it gonna do? Unidentified vehicle. While attempting to access the rover, the security system was triggered, leading to a complete wipe of the data storage inside the vehicle. Regrettably, all efforts to recover information about the rover or the stored data have proven futile. Consequently, the only viable course of action remaining is to proceed with the disassembly of the rover for further investigation. Okay, so we're taking the robots back with us. That gives us 2 additional robots. And we can start the expedition to break down the components. There's 25 components on that. That's pretty good. And 20 fuel. It's pretty good. I feel like you should be able to store more in this cargo bay, though, sir. You should be able to max out your cargo bay. Yeah, turn around. Go back there and max out your cargo bay. What are you doing? No? You're not going to do that yet? All right, fine. Well, you know I got to do more scanning around this thing. Maybe there's other stuff to discover around here, man. All right, 16 days. What do we have left to do? Medical block. Yeah, medical block. We should have got that research done. Indeed, we don't have any research going at all right now. We'll just do this. That's green, and then we'll take, I don't know, these things. We can queue these up. I didn't even start doing the electronics factory yet, but that's fine. We'll grab the research. Confirm cargo. We will. I want to do, where is it? Medical block right here. Yeah, trees to colonists, medical stuff. We'll just set this in. Well, I guess we could do it like this, right? You can get treated with medical as soon as you get in the door. Would have been nice to put it here. I kind of wanted to put it here. Not in the utility room. Yeah, I'll just set it right here for now. I guess that's fine. All right, that'll be the medical block, and they'll get their meds and stuff if they want to. Yeah, and then we're going to go break down that rover. Definitely. This thing is full, which is perfect because it means that now we just have 500 steel up there, but we can still keep accumulating it down here now. This is where it's like now we can build on both levels. Very convenient to build on both levels. Love it. Bring this over here. We're going to have more robots and stuff now. And then you do another scan. I don't see anything. Move on to the next scanning point. This is a game, man. This is gonna be good. All right. I'm looking forward to following this thing on so many, whatever this adventure is, right? This huge adventure that this game is gonna take us on. I saw a Steam update that talking about combat. I'm not excited about that. I know that's like a niche thing. Like, you know, some people will be into that, some people won't. I'm not gonna be into the combat part of the game, I'll be honest. But it's okay. It's not for everyone, right? If they have it in here and I do a full playthrough, I will have it active. I don't turn features off when I show games. I want to show everything the game has to offer when I show them. So we'll turn them on, but I don't know if I'll necessarily be into it. It's kind of like when we played, what's it called? Perispera, right? We had Perispera and it was like this cool, you know, build up Mars and a big colony on Mars and all these things. And, you know, we ended up doing that and it was great. And then all of a sudden there was a combat element to the game. And it's like, yeah, there's a little bit of excitement for that, I guess, but it's not the most exciting thing. You know, I wish I kind of didn't care for it. We're actually 1 aluminum short from building this. So you know what that means. It's time to buy aluminum. Aluminium, as the English would call it. It's time to buy ourselves some aluminium. There we go. Drop it down. The drone's gonna go ahead and do it. Got 11 days left. I don't know what else there is to do, honestly. I've rescued everyone I can rescue. I've given them everything they've asked for now, so... Oh! Oh, that's like, you're just gonna end the game there. Okay. Okay, cool. Demo's finished. Director, you've successfully completed a rescue operation. Our assets will now remain ours, and CRUST has pledged its full support. Have a good day. Okay. Well, first, I'd like to say thank you so much to Crytivo for sending me out a copy of this. That's been great. Really looking forward to the full game. I think it's going to be great. Definitely a lot of fun. There's a couple of things. The elephant in the room, right? The thing I said I would talk about at the end of the video, all right? The image of this woman. The image of most of the character art around. As well as many of the voices, including hers. These are all AI generated, right? We've talked about this a little bit, but really in the comments, not in the videos, right? They're AI generated, and I've had people comment about that in a negative connotation, in a negative context. I'd like to give you a different perspective, if you could. Maybe it'll open your mind a little bit, because my position on this is I would like to encourage the use of AI generated imagery and voices for games that are in early development. And that's what this is. This is a game in early development. Okay? Here's the reason why. And I say this as a person with firsthand experience being a voice actor, and as well as someone who knows that AI is probably going to replace a lot of the jobs that I can get. Okay, so I'm one of the people that are being partially, at least, replaced by this technology. And I still encourage people, developers specifically, who are in early development, who don't have a lot of budget, to use these assets while the game is in development. You want to have your developers, you want to have people focusing solely on the things that matter most to their game. All right? the voices and what those characters look like are not the things that are important to their game. Okay, now what they say might be important, but when you're this early, you don't have that nailed down yet. Your story's not fleshed out completely. You don't have all the dialogue in the game, right? And so paying people like me to voice your character when you're not done makes no sense. Now, you could argue, as some have, that you would rather them just stay silent and not have any words at all than to have AI dialogue. And again, I'm trying to open your mind a little bit to a different perspective. Consider accessibility. People are going to have, overwhelming majority of people, perhaps you're not included in that group, are going to have a better time when they hear dialogue spoken to them as opposed to having to read it. It's just the way it is, okay? And accessibility is a big part of that if you count the fact that like text is small, people who have harder vision problems, for example. I have several people in my community who have a difficult time with reading for the most part and use accessibility features while they're gaming. Having a voice reading it to you is definitely a plus in that respect. So AI generated voices are a positive thing for games in early development. Same thing with the artwork. You want to set that vibe. You want to give kind of the idea of what's there, like what does she look like? What kind of person is she? What kind of environment does she stay in? You want to give that stuff, but you don't want to spend the money on finalizing those assets yet. They don't matter yet. Okay? Alpha build, beta, demos, early access stuff. It's okay, okay? You don't have to get out your forks, your pitchforks. You don't have to start setting your buildings on fire or boycotting certain developers because they're using AI assets while they're developing their game. Now, this game, and I have a conversation with one of the developers of this game, so I'm telling you this as someone who has spoken directly to this person, to the people who are making this game. They are hiring voice actors. They're going to have actual live people voicing these things eventually, okay? So we're not supplanting the human race with machines yet, okay? At least not in this respect. But you have to open your mind to the prospect that this technology is not going away. It is only going to get better. It is only going to get more capable. And with that capability comes attractiveness to especially teams that don't have the budget for someone like me. Because it's not cheap to hire voice actors. It's not cheap to hire people to make stuff like this. Okay, it's very expensive. You think it's like, yeah, you can, these character arts and stuff. I can, it's what, $1,000 for the artist to do this? Nah. No. Especially when it's a commercial project and there are many different assets to create. You could spend tens of thousands of dollars on just the art alone. You could spend tens of thousands of dollars on just the voice acting, especially the voice acting. And that's the kind of budget you want to put towards the mechanics for your game, the systems that are working. You want developmental time and that kind of stuff. And so I encourage a new culture in games with game development. All right, I encourage the normalization of using AI assets when you are in development because it gets that stuff out of the way, but it puts it in place to improve user experience for now. It puts it in place, but it gets it out of your way so that you can focus on the things that matter. Now, if this game goes 1.0 full release, baby, and they still have these assets, I will gladly join you at the picket line. I will raise my signs up with you over the internet, and hell no, we won't go, okay? I will do that with you, all right? Because now you have a finished product, quote unquote, and now they have chosen to cheap out on stuff like that. Now they've chosen to keep those types of things in the game with all the ethical concerns that you may have, and they now have a fully released commercial product with it. I understand your complaints. I understand your hesitations. But if you are a person who is going to withhold your money, if you're a person that's going to not buy a game because you see in a very early alpha that they have an AI voice giving you this monotonous, robotic, absolutely no emotion type voice to you, right? In their early alphas, I think you're going to find in the future, and it's completely up to you. It's totally your personal opinion. I'm not judging. I don't snap judge. I don't judge you right away. All right. I want context. I want to hear the reasons for why you're doing what you're doing, and if it makes sense, even in a small way. Like, okay, you know, people make decisions. Sometimes you live with the consequences of those decisions. And I think the consequence of your decision to avoid games that use AI assets while they're in development is that you're going to miss out on some really genuinely cool experiences. And you're going to have absolutely zero impact on the gaming industry at all by doing so. You're only going to hurt yourself for doing so. Now, when you go into full releases, when you go into games that are like, hey, this is a $50 game and it's 1.0 and we're selling it and we're going to start putting DLC in, and you start getting all those types of things and they're still using AI assets, then absolutely, yeah. But that's not what this is, okay? It's an early access title. It's a beta title. It's a demo. Let them focus their money and their time on the things that matter. And while they're working on their script, while they're working on how they want their story to flow, the words that they want spoken, how they want their characters to act, how they want their characters to look, while they're trying to figure that stuff out way down the line near the end when they're already set up and ready, until that time, let them use these placeholder assets and let them do it in a way that improves the experience of everyone around them while also providing accessibility features like being able to speak the words that are spoken, that are written on the screen. Okay, that's my perspective on this. I've thoroughly enjoyed CRUST. I hope you guys have too. It's a short series because it's a short demo, right? But it's been a pleasure, and I really look forward to the full game. If you have any questions or any additional comments about anything, including the ending little monologue, please leave them down in the comments. I look forward to reading them. I'm sure there's many polarizing views on that, but at least I've shared my opinion and you have the opportunity to share yours. Hopefully that perspective has at least found you well, even if you don't agree with it. I hope it at least finds you well. Taken from somebody who is also being replaced by this technology. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope you find something else that's interesting to you. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a join button down there. You get early access to all my videos. In addition to having your name on the right side of the screen over here, at least for a little while, I had to find an alternative because the YouTube API is changing, and this thing on the screen here is going to become harder to do. I have to find a solution that's not going to take me a ton of time. It is what it is. Thank you. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.